good you can be with Minolta XG1.
Hey, you want to see some terrific pictures?
Depend on the automatic Minolta XG1 to give you clear, sharp pictures. It does the work. You take the credit.
Yeah, hey, do you want to see some terrific pictures?
No.
Yeah, look.
That's lovely.
For a limited time, get an XG1 and get a $25 rebate from Minolta. See your dealer now for details.
Someday, somewhere, you will discover magic. Capri Magic from Lincoln Mercury.
Magic.
A magic so special, it may be almost irresistible. Capri Magic.
Elusive.
See one soon, before they all disappear.
Monday on the season premiere of MASH, Hawkeye gets a leave.
Thanks for lending me the car, Dad.
And wishes he had never left. MASH, Monday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
Septien kicking off for the Cowboys. Roy Green is deep for the St. Louis Cardinals. Fields it at the 4. 10, 15, 20. Got to pick it his way over the rain-soaked artificial turf. It is dropped at the 26-yard line by Dexter Clinkscale, number 47. Well, the word from down below is that Dorsett was just winded and will be back in the game, so we'll see. First and 10. St. Louis with the football. Cowboys have controlled the ball a lot longer, but the Cardinals come at you with those big strikes. That's the way they've scored 2 touchdowns. Anderson for 52, and Mel Gray on the long one. Wayne Morris out to the 30-yard line, picking up 4. It'll be second down 6. Good, handy, all-around back. Great runner at Southern Methodist University.
Of course, Dave Steef is in there, and Mel Gray is out, who earlier made the big play, and they're going to miss Mel Gray if they don't get him back in there.
Tilley is wide to the right side. Pat Tilley's the only receiver in the NFC this year who's caught at least 3 passes in every game he's played. On second and 6, they go with the straight handoff out to the 33-yard line. Anderson picking up 3 more, which will set up a third, and the Cardinals will still need 3 for the first down.
As indicated by the stadium scoreboard, Tony Dorsett had the wind knocked out of him.
10 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the first half. Cardinals leading the Cowboys 14-10. Another thing keep in mind, no running back has ever gained better than 100 yards rushing against the Cowboys 3 times in their career. And Anderson has done it twice and is going for number 3. And no running back has ever done it, of course, twice in one season, until Anderson came along last year. And he's off to a pretty good start with 57 yards rushing, including the 52-yarder for the touchdown.
Got a long day's work behind me.
That's it. Let's take them home.
Good times on my mind, and a setting sun to remind me I'm going back to a place called Millertime. If you've got the time.
Time for the best tasting beer you can find.
We've got the beer.
America's quality beer since 1855.
Miller tastes too good to hurry through.
Miller High Life.
And it's time to relax.
It's real nice to have you here. Real nice.
One beer stands clear. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
This game, Roger, I would think almost has to come under a must-win situation for Dallas, with the Eagles winning again now. Dallas ready, trailing by 2 games.
Well, it is critical. The Eagles have a tough grind coming up, as does Dallas on the road the last 2 games before the final game against Philadelphia. But Philadelphia has to play Atlanta and Oakland and San Diego, so no one can falter now.
Big play in this drive. Cardinals have a 3rd and 3 from their 33-yard line. Got Theodis Brown in that backfield along with Anderson, and Anderson driving hard is very close to the first down at the 37-yard line.
I believe he's got it.
They came in that time with their Otis and Theodis backfield. I understand you were on their radio show.
Yes, they have a radio show. And
Otis and Theodis.
It was fun. When I retired this year, they had me on the show.
Who does most of the talking?
Theodis did most of the talking.
Did he?
Otis does most of the talking on the field, though.
I see. You can say that again. 1st and 10 it is. Cardinals ball at their 37-yard line.
Comes the blitz.
Pass completed for short yardage to Doug Marsh, the rookie tight end at the 40-yard line.
Cowboys are doing what most teams are doing now. In some first down situations, they bring the strong safety. Charlie Waters has been coming more and more on a blitz, as of course Lee Nelson has done for St. Louis. But that's true around the league. Your change-ups now in defense are very multiple, and you can't figure out who's coming now and then. And the safeties are a big factor in the blitzing situations.
2nd down 6. Cardinals from their 41-yard line. Anderson up to the 44. Too Tall Jones got an arm in there.
You know, another note here is that it looks like a fire drill sometimes before the snap of the ball. Well, Dallas has their linebackers. They play specific positions. In this case, D.D. Lewis always goes away from the tight end. Mike Hagman goes with the tight end. So the tight end is jumping from side to side just before, of course, the ball snap. He goes over and sets up, and then Hagman and Lewis have to switch also. There's good defense right there.
3rd down. Again, the Cardinals need 3 for the first down at their 44. This is really their best ball control drive of the afternoon. Hart, good protection. 1st down. Tilley at the 49-yard line of Dallas. Tackle made by Aaron Mitchell. Cowboys gave Tilley the ultimate compliment this week. They said he's probably the hardest worker in the entire National Football League in terms of running routes.
Well,
the first man in there, and Blumick, number 53, wrapped him up. Well, the Cowboys got to Hart 6 times in the first game in St. Louis. That's their first trap of the day.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job protecting Hart here lately, but again, this is the blitz. They got everybody coming. That's a triple blitz. The middle linebacker and the 2 outside linebackers. They got the whole kitchen sink coming, except for the secondary. That's a tough one to stop.
If you're the quarterback, what do you look for when you see that coming?
Well, hopefully you got an outlet receiver, a quick receiver, a down and in or a quick out. But if you have your patterns downfield, it's very difficult to get a pass off.
Loss of the play of 6 yards, 2nd and 16. Cardinals back in their own end of the field at the 45-yard line of the 32nd clock, I believe, got Hart that time before it looked like another Cowboy blitz did.
Yeah, they liked it the first down, so they were going to try it again.
Center on offense, 5 yards.
And they call it illegal procedure on the center. False start. But the 30-second clock had run out as well.
There's a delay on the quarterback prior to the false start. It will be delay offense, 5 yards. Same down.
There's that hitch by the center. Brahaney there, and
actually had 2 penalties there. The delay, the clock ran out before the center jumped. And so the first penalty prevails, which is the delay of game. Either case, 5 yards against St. Louis.
Number 17 offense, 2nd down.
That moves it back to the 40-yard line and now gives the Cardinals a 2nd and 21. Makes Hart's job a little tougher. Realize this is the 30th time that Jim Hart is facing the Dallas Cowboys. Hart back to throw it. He goes long for Tilley, and Tilley has a touchdown.
Well, I tell you, that was a great throw by Jim Hart. He stepped up in the pocket. He had another partial blitz on. He had Dexter Clinkscale was blitzing, plus the 4 down linemen. He stepped right up in that pocket, and Tilley went right by Aaron Mitchell. Mitchell, number 34. Hart put that ball on a string and right in the arms of Tilley. Watch this right here. He's got some pressure. He has to turn the ball, a little slippery right there. And now he steps up right here and lets it go with everything he's got. And it's an excellent pass. Watch Tilley. He won't have to budge an inch right there. He's on the run right by Aaron Mitchell, number 34. And it's another big play for St. Louis.
3 big plays now for the St. Louis Cardinals. That one coming on a 2nd and 21. O'Donohue tacks on the extra point.
The kick by Neil O'Donohue is good.
And the crowd becomes quiet here at Texas Stadium as the Cardinals have struck with the big play for the 3rd time with 7:04 still left to play in the first half at St. Louis. 21, Dallas 10.
Here they come, the 1981 Ford trucks. Tough trucks, aerodynamically designed to meet the needs of the 80s. It's America's best-selling truck line with highest mileage ratings in Ford history. Yes, for 1981, Ford pickups break this mileage barrier. Tough Bronco with the best 6-cylinder utility vehicle MPG. Tough van with gas mileage ratings unbeaten by any van. Plus 40-ton line haulers and tough new diesel-powered mediums. No wonder Ford's America's best-selling truck line.
The first electronic football games like these were for only one player.
And run.
But something was missing.
Can I play? Wait your turn.
Then along came head-to-head electronic football by Coleco.
Now we can play at the same time. I'm offense. I'm defense.
With head-to-head, you're really in the game. A power sweep. He fights through for the tackle. You pass. He blitzes. Intercepts.
This is real competition.
Why settle for a one-player game when you can have it all? Play alone, against the computer, or for real competition, play
head-to-head.
Why settle for less?
Next Saturday, the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship live. Aaron Pryor defends against Tough Gaten Hart. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
James Jones fielding O'Donohue's kickoff at the 20, out to the 25, and dives across the 30-yard line. So the Cowboys have put it in play at their 33-yard line. 1st and 10. And got to be shocked a little bit. Cardinals with 3 big plays in the first half, covering 52, 60, and 69 yards. Jim Hart is 6 out of 7 for 155 yards. Pretty good for openers.
That's excellent. Of course, the Cardinal defense, the last 2 series have not stopped Dallas. Dallas has driven down for a touchdown and a field goal. So St. Louis has got to shore up their defense. Their offense doing their part of the work right now.
Danny White comes out throwing. Out it comes to Ron Springs at the 30, 35, and Springs just short of the first down at the 42-yard line. Well, you wonder, with all this offensive fireworks in the NFL, last week 9 quarterbacks throwing for better than 300 yards. It's beginning to look like the old AFL. We constantly see these 38-35 games. You wonder if defense is ever going to come back.
Well, the rules, of course, it's been brought up, and week in and week out, the 2 major rules: you cannot hit a receiver 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and that gives a lot of those receivers that are reluctant to go over the middle. They can do it now. Plus the pass protection, the offensive linemen can extend their arms, so the advantages have been to the offense, and now the coaches are doing something about it.
2nd down 2. Cowboys at their 41. White throwing on 2nd and 2, and he lets it go. Tony Hill, touchdown.
Has not thrown the deep pattern that often this year, but this time Danny gets it up in the air. Plenty of distance. Tony Hill runs by Carl Allen. Excellent pass, excellent catch, and it's a touchdown. So we've got some fireworks today, Frank.
You like big plays, you have come to the right place. Texas Stadium. We've seen a ton of them, and we're not even at halftime yet. Septien with the extra point tries. It took the Cowboys 2 plays to get the touchdown back. The kick is good, and it's a 21-17 football game with 6 minutes left to play in the half.
Well, we've seen some plays.
White coming back, throwing the football very well on his own. He has hit now 9 out of 16 passes. And Danny's right around the 150-yard mark in the passing department. Well, he's better than that. 176 to be precise.
Well, that was your basic streak or deep route. Man on man, Hill against Allen, straight down the field. The Cardinal offense can sit down over there. They better just go over the sidelines and keep their gear on.
Willard Harrell will field this one at the 5. Back to the 15. Harrell is out to the 20. And fumbled at the 21-yard line. Bill Rowe, number 56. Rookie Cowboy linebacker in the stop. I don't think either offense better sit down. Again, a very key game, at least as far as Dallas is concerned.
You know, Washington's...
they'll get no help from the Redskins, looks like.
Yeah, they've had their problems the last couple of weeks, and against Minnesota.
Redskins are due at Texas Stadium next Sunday afternoon to face the Cowboys. 1st and 10. Wayne Morris out to the 24-yard line. Stacked up by John Dutton and Ed Too Tall Jones. Looks like Too Tall fell down in a vat of dye or something. His white jersey is almost completely obliterated in blue from the number, of course, the dye getting onto the jersey itself. 2nd and 7. Long count play this time. Hart. Pass is complete. We got a flag. Thrown at the line of scrimmage. Pass completion going to Dave Stieff, number 84, who has taken Mel Gray's place. Gray out with a sprained ankle, but we got word earlier that he would be back. The penalty is against St. Louis. Thus far, for the most part, a penalty-free ball game. Rain has stopped here at Texas Stadium. Rained a good portion of the night and all morning long. And on into the first few minutes of the game.
Legal motion, number 87, offense, 2nd down.
The motion call against the tight end Doug Marsh moves it back to the 20. It's now 2nd and 11. Baltimore leading Detroit 10-3. Boy, the Lions have really had their problems in the last 6 weeks or so. Hart on 2nd and 11. Good protection over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Good defense that time. And now we get a flag. Aaron Mitchell made the hit. And the flag was thrown from 25 yards away. Deep in the secondary.
Well, on the replay, we can see it better, but it looked like interference to me initially.
Pass interference, defense, number 34.
It's on Aaron Mitchell, and that means an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, we can see it better here, but you can't hit that receiver before the ball's there, and it looked close by the naked eye, and now we get a chance to see it again. Here's Hart. Yeah.
Number 34, defense.
He looked like he was hit before the ball got there.
That draws some boos from above. This game has been a sellout for several months, but quite a few no-shows today with the temperature in the 40s and the chilling rain. 1st and 10. Cardinals at the 30-yard line, leading 21-17 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Anderson. John Dutton stands him up at the 32.
Big John's in there, number 78. Like a big tree in there. It's hard to run on him.
Dutton spells Larry Cole at that left defensive tackle position. Speaking of Larry Cole, yesterday was his 34th birthday, and today happens to be the 30th birthday of Harvey Martin.
The Giants are still playing well, Frank.
That'll be a 2-game winning streak. They may play themselves right out of the first draft choice. Break up the Giants. 2nd and 7. St. Louis from the 33. Anderson.
Well,
he made something out of nothing is what he did.
He found a little bit of daylight in there, not much. But that explosion, he accelerated upfield and got 6 or 7 yards out of a play that could have been stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Close enough to measure for the first down. Cardinals have averaged right at 100 yards rushing over the last 5 games, but that's rather weak, anemic compared to the 165 yards over the first 5 games of the season. Looks like St. Louis is going to be a little bit short. Something else about the Cardinals. They tied an NFL record this year, losing 2 games in overtime. But most of the luck that they have had has been bad. 3rd down, less than a yard for the first down at their 40. Anderson. First down and a couple to spare as he takes it out to the 44-yard line. Benny Barnes, number 31, coming up from the corner to make the stop.
Well, there's good blocking the point of attack right there, Frank. They pushed Dallas back. Number 71, Joe Bostek, was over there. Also, Morris leading gets a block on Bruning. You got Doug Marsh, number 87, pushing on D.D. Lewis. So there's excellent blocking at the point of attack.
Anderson comes out of the lineup and is replaced by Willard Harrow. He appears to be all right. I don't think it's an injury-related thing. They just want to give him a little rest. Harrow, well, he wanted to throw the option pass, and then was forced to run it. Thurman ran him out of bounds on the far side. Perhaps that's the reason they substituted him at that point.
Well, they wanted to throw the option pass on the right cornerback, Aaron Mitchell, so they have a left-hander to do it, so that's probably why they substituted him. But Aaron Mitchell did a good job, and there was nowhere to throw the ball, so Harrell has to get out of bounds and gains a yard on it.
2nd and 9. Cardinals at their 45. They lead 21-17. Dennis Thurman got over there quickly, and Mike Hagman, number 58, made a mighty leap for the ball. There were not any Cardinal receivers in the immediate vicinity.
He was going for Tilley, but the ball was overthrown. But the pass protection is excellent here. Jim Hart is back. He's got plenty of time. He just has more time than you normally need. He throws it. It's high over Pat Tilley's head.
That's only a 2nd misfire of the afternoon. Hart is 6 out of 8 now for 155 yards. 3rd and 9. St. Louis. Cardinals at their 45. Dave Stieff, number 84, had his hands on the ball. Steve Wilson, who was not expected to play with the hamstring muscle pull, number 45, was back defending. And St. Louis will punt with 2:55 left in the half and give Dallas an opportunity to actually go to intermission leading.
I think Steve tried to run before he caught that ball. He was probably a yard short of the first down anyway.
James Jones is deep along with Roland Solomon as Swider prepares to do the punting. Solomon at the 18, up to the 20, and is dropped at the 26-yard line. Charles Baker, number 52 of the Cardinals, making the tackle. Boy, we've seen a ton of big plays in this football game. You joined us late. You have missed a lot, but we'll have highlights for you at halftime, along with scores of other games, such as this one. The Minnesota Vikings leading Tampa Bay. Vikings may win this division yet.
That Central Division has been up and down. Minnesota looked like they are out of it. They've come back the last few weeks, and now they've got Tampa Bay here 21-13.
Our score 21-17. St. Louis leading Dallas. 1st and 10 Cowboys at their 26-yard line. Dorsett is in the backfield along with Ron Springs. Billy Joe Dupree in motion. Dorsett takes the pitch. Reaching the 30-yard line, stacked up Curtis Greer, the first man to hit him and to finish him off.
See what Dallas is doing also, Frank. They've got Billy Joe Dupree going from one side to the other, and you wonder what they're trying to do. That shows a lot of respect for, there goes Billy Joe across. That shows a lot of respect for Lee Nelson, because they don't want him forcing. So they're sending Billy Joe across the other side. Nelson's got to go across, and they're pitching it back to Dorsett. So they've got a lot of respect for Lee Nelson, his ability to force the run.
I'm sure you remember Lee Nelson very well from your playing days, especially the first game that he ever played against the Cowboys. Second down 6. Dorsett trying to go outside. Isn't there. Loss of the play back to the 27. And we're down to the 2-minute warning. First game that Lee Nelson ever played against the Cowboys. You threw 19 passes at him.
That's right.
Obviously, you didn't think as much of him then as you do now.
He's coming on strong, and he's an excellent strong safety now for St. Louis.
That was back in his quarterback days.
No experience, no job. I could do that job, but who'd give me the chance?
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. We don't ask for experience, we give it. You won't read it in a book, you live it. Pick a service, pick a challenge, set yourself apart. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. What a great place, it's a great place to start. We do the Continental to ensure our apartmental.
I do the Continental to ensure my accidental.
I do the Continental to ensure my Orientals. They can insure all I have to insure.
I do the Continental to ensure my instrumental.
I do the Continental to ensure my equipmental.
Join the over 4 million satisfied Continental Insurance policyholders.
Do the Continental.
It's the all-new special Kenny Rogers America with guest Kim Carnes, the Commodores, Terry Bradshaw, and some of the Pittsburgh Steelers Thursday.
Cowboys have a 3rd and 9 upcoming as we go back to play. 1 minute and 59 seconds left to play in the first half. They have 2 timeouts if they elect to use them. And the ball is at the Dallas 28-yard line. Cowboys trail 21-17.
Well, with the weapons both teams have, this is a big play. 3rd and 8 before the half. Dallas would like to keep the ball and keep it away from St. Louis if anything else.
Cowboys have that 3rd down shotgun offense in there. Preston Pearson and company. Danny White drills through Pearson at the 40. First down at the 43-yard line. Well, now Pearson is 2 catches away from becoming the Cowboys' all-time leading receiver. Supplanting Bob Hayes. Hurry up offense here. No huddle. White pumps it once. Finally gets rid of the football. But I believe they had ruled he was down back at the 38-yard line.
He's down.
Ron Jankowski, number 78, with a big pass rush for St. Louis.
Well, Dallas has their hurry-up offense. They gave up 1 timeout before. They've got 2 left, and they called 2 plays in the huddle. Completed the first one to Drew, and are trying to get the next one probably out of bounds. And White was going for Dorsett over there, but he was covered by a linebacker, and he also had someone on the outside waiting for him, so White took the trap.
2nd down, 15. Cowboys from their 38 following the loss. Preston Pearson across the 40 up to the 42-yard line. And the clock continues to move. See if they call. They're not going to call time, or they're going to keep right on going.
Bob Pollard made an excellent play that time, number 82.
It is 3rd down now, 11. Cowboys have the football at their 42-yard line. White looking downfield. Oh, the play at the 40-yard line of St. Louis down to the 38. Clock still moving, and now the Cowboys call the time with 38 seconds left to play. Big first down.
Nobody near Billy Joe Dupree.
At the Cardinal 38. You notice Drew Pearson wearing gloves down there. That's a little unusual for a wide receiver, isn't it?
Well, it's pretty much in vogue the last couple of years in cold weather. They've got the gloves so tight now, fitted so tight that there's not much difference. 2 schools of thought. A lot of wide receivers are wearing them now, though.
Coaches obviously don't mind it.
A lot of them, coaches don't like it.
They'd rather you go barehanded regardless of how cold it is. There's Pearson, and a look at the gloves that Drew is wearing. I read in your book that one of your most memorable moments really was tied up with this man.
Well, Drew's something special. I've appreciated him since 1973. He stepped in for Otto Stowe, and he's probably been one of the most consistent wide receivers in the NFL throughout his career. Year in, year out, he's been healthy. He's made the big plays. He'll catch the ball over the middle, and he's just a special football player and recognized by his peers as such.
Otto Stowe got hurt that year, and he became the Wally Pipp kind of pro football. Nobody had ever heard of him again. By the way, you haven't sent me a copy of that book yet.
I'll keep that in mind, Frank.
How much is it going to cost me?
You know, Drew was a free agent that year also, by the way. He was a free agent on the Dallas Cowboys. Kind of in the mold of Cliff Harris, free agents that have made it big.
In his first year, too, he came and worked with you. Did he not all summer before?
He worked in the off season, and no one knew him very well. He was a free agent from Tulsa and a former quarterback and a wide receiver at Tulsa, and he just worked hard. He's an example of perseverance, setting a goal and going after that goal no matter what the obstacles are.
1st and 10. Cowboys at the 38-yard line to the St. Louis Cardinals. 38 seconds to go in the half. Dallas trails by 4. They have one timeout left. Sideline throw to Tony Hill. Let's see, did he get out of bounds? Yes. Out of bounds at the 29. So that stops the clock with 33 seconds.
I'd like to see the replay on that if we can. I don't know if Roger Worley touched him right here. Roger should have touched him. He caught the ball and he was in bounds when he caught. Jim Hannafin's arguing about it over there. Let's see if Roger Worley touches him right here. He does. He touched him. That ball was, he should have.
All you got to do is touch him when he's down, and that should stop the clock when he's in the field of play.
Clock should not have stopped that time.
2nd and 1.
Here they come. They got the whole team coming now.
Again, Hill was the intended receiver with Roger Worley pursuing at the 20-yard line. They had everybody except Billy Bidwell rushing.
They had them all. Well, they're trying to keep Dallas out of that field goal range. They're in range now, but it's questionable on the 29-yard line. And Dallas has got to go for the first down. They've got 3rd and 2 right now.
That would mean from this point a 46-yard field goal attempt on a wet field.
A little play on the sidelines, a big play. They don't. They let the clock stop there, and Dallas probably would have had to use a timeout. And they've got one timeout left.
They need to get that first down. They have 3rd and 1.
Watch the run by Dorsett here.
White, good protection. Intercepted. Roy Green at the 15. Up to the 20. And dragged down at the 25-yard line. The first interception of the afternoon by either side. Danny White's going to feel like he's getting snake bit when he gets in this end of the field.
Well, the ball was going to Tony Hill, and Danny White was looking for Tony over the middle. He just didn't get enough on it, didn't get it high enough, and Roy Green makes a nice play, excellent play right here. Cuts in front of Tony Hill and saves either a field goal or touchdown for St. Louis.
So it is first down now for the Cardinals at their 25 with 20 seconds left on the clock to run out here in the first half.
There's another angle of the play, and again Roy Green cuts in front of Tony Hill.
Otis Anderson and Wayne Morris, the running backs. Morris straight up the middle as we get a flag. Takes it out to the 34 for a pickup of 8 yards. Cardinals have 2 timeouts left, but they don't seem inclined to use them.
Wayne Morris is a product of Dallas here, went to SMU. Loves to play well in Texas Stadium. Of course, he's not getting much of a chance to run today. St. Louis has been working the big passing game in Otis Anderson.
Number 79, defense, encroachment, lined up in the neutral zone, decline, 2nd down.
Harvey Martin was offside. The Cardinals declined it because the gain, in this case 9 yards, involves 4 more yards than the penalty. 15 seconds to go. As fast as they can strike, I don't see why they don't go for it all. And the luck that they've had. Hart's reading my mind. Steve, the intended receiver. Wilson back there defending with him down at the 30-yard line. That leaves 9 seconds on the clock, and now we've got a little altercation back at the line of scrimmage. Harvey Martin.
Harvey Harvey's mad at somebody.
Yeah. Well, the officials lost his hat down there. Mark number 79 being pushed back by his teammates, including Charlie Waters trying to be the peacemaker there, and Randy White. Still 3rd and 1.
Oh, Harvey's really hot. Of course, the man blocking him over there, the left tackle, is George Collins. I don't know if it's George or somebody else he's mad at. I'm sure George is not worried about it.
The free safety, Dennis Thurman, is 35 yards downfield. I mean, Thurman was standing back on his own 35, and we're at the Cardinal 35.
Thurman had one foot in the locker room.
He really did. Well, that's it. An exciting first half, I think you'll agree. And far from being decided here at Texas Stadium.
Red fire truck, a blue calliope, a yellow moon, a pink balloon, a golden Dixie jamboree. Yes, America's true colors come through on GE.
GE TV brings you America's true colors, vivid and lifelike. And with GE's special VIR2 circuit, the color is automatically adjusted.
Yes, America's true colors come through on GE. GE, we bring good things to life.
Lincoln Mercury introduces Lynx. Lynx gives you more than exceptional fuel efficiency. Lynx gives you a special inner world that's a pleasure to be in. Starting today, the world belongs to an American car. Starting today, the world belongs to Lynx.
This ranch doesn't run without horses. And the horses don't run without you. But when you've hammered out a day's work, you meet up with Miller Time.
When it's time to relax.
Time for the best tasting beer you can find.
One beer stands squeeze.
Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Hi, I'm Kenny Rogers. Join me right here for my 3rd CBS TV special, Kenny Rogers America. As you can see, I'm not dressed in my Western outfit as I usually am. This time I'm in my football uniform, and I want you to know something. When you put these on, you feel different. I'm here with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'll tell you, those guys are nothing but kids. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, they are really just, they're very tough kids, but they are just kids. Oh, Joe, I like it when you're so mean.
Kenny Rogers America this Thursday night.
The secret.
Back live in New York, I'm Brent Musburger with Irv Cross. The New England Patriots are on the move again, and right now, in that showdown with the Los Angeles Rams, they lead at 17-14. They are in the 4th period. The Patriots have penetrated down to the Ram 15-yard line. Elsewhere around the league right now, we have Atlanta running away from New Orleans 24-7, so the Falcons could wind up 2 games ahead of the Rams. And Green Bay trying to come back, but it has been Phil Simms to Ernest Gray for 3 touchdown passes that has the Giants ahead and in control. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers are in trouble. If they lose, they would be 6-5, and many feel they might fall completely out of the playoff picture with still another setback. Baltimore over Detroit 10-9, 3 Eddie Murray field goals, 47 and 24 yards the first 2 in that contest. Buffalo leading Cincinnati by 7 points, and as you can see, they are now in the 4th period. Philadelphia, no trouble against Washington. Jimmy the Greek has reported that Jack Pardee in serious trouble with the Redskins. And at the half, St. Louis, of course, leading Dallas 21-17. They're averaging 53 yards a touchdown in that contest. And Minnesota over Tampa Bay 24-13. Well, let's show you some action from around the league. The Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots, and again, as I reported, the Patriots are still on the move in that contest. Here was the first touchdown. It was Ferragamo to Hicks.
Pretty nice throw, right on the 5-yard line. Hicks fighting himself and fighting his way into the end zone.
Then it was Grogan back to Hasselback for 35 yards.
Hasselbeck is a guy you don't hear much about. Everybody talks about Russ Francis, but he's an excellent backup tight end.
Ferragamo has a problem with the 3-4. He experienced it again last week against Miami. And today, one of the Patriot linebackers, that being Steve Nelson, stepped this interception back to the Los Angeles 2-yard line. And then there was a flea flicker play. Ferragamo to Bryant, back to Ferragamo, and here comes the long pass to Preston Bernard. And so the Rams break out the gadgets, and Elvis Peacock got the touchdown.
Sparring over his right tackle, no problem, inside the 1-yard line.
And Phil Simms of the Giants on his first play went to Ernest Gray.
It's the way to open up a ball game. First time you touch the ball, you go all the way.
The Packer defense finally jumped on Simms in this sequence, and Eddie O'Neill comes up with the loose football. And a man who's had a good day for Bart Starr, Jerry Ellis.
Number 31, carries the same number Taylor used to wear years ago and powers his way into the end zone.
Second time, Simms, Gray, 20 yards, touchdown, Giants. And on fourth down, watch this. The Giant offensive team huddled, and on the break, the punting team ran on the field. And the Packers are saying, wait, I got to use up a timeout. And they did, down to 2, and shortly later, it was Simms to Ernest Gray, 4 yards, and the Giant touchdown. Now you're watching Ron Jaworski of the Eagles.
They like to go to their tight ends inside the 20-yard line. Here's the first touchdown pass to Keith Crepley from Jaworski. He comes back a few plays later and hits Spagnola, another backup tight end for a touchdown.
Now watch this Eagle defense here, Irv, on back-to-back plays. First it was a sack, and then the interception by Jerry Robinson.
Jerry Robinson was a wide receiver in college, has tremendous speed. Slides and hit her for a sack here first. There's a fumble recovery here, Brent. Here, Jerry Robinson picks it up, number 56. Now watch this guy go out of UCLA, All-American, 3 years at UCLA as a linebacker. He's a tremendous wide receiver in high school. Look at the speed he possesses. He goes all the way for the score.
All right, you want to know how the Patriots are doing? They're inside the 5-yard line right now. How about the New Orleans Saints? Came into the game 0-10. They're going to come out 0-11, the way it looks. Archie Manning, of course, took them right back down the field in their first sequence. And there you see a replay from the action. And John Smith warming up on the Patriots sideline right now. The most accurate kicker in the National Football League. And the most anonymous name, John Smith. Here's Grogan now with the Patriots at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. And a fumble and a critical turnover inside the 5-yard line, Irv. With the score 17-14. Rams ahead in the 4th period. The Patriots have turned the ball over. We'll keep you up to date as the NFL Today continues on CBS after these messages from your local stations.
The Russians are ready, are we? Find out when 60 Minutes takes a chilling look at chemical warfare. Also a story called The Kid, the Cop, and the Knife. Tonight on CBS.
Control room in New York, and you know, no rivalry is more bitter than the war between the NFC and the AFC, and the AFC has dominated that contest completely in recent seasons. But as Irv reports, there are signs that may be a-changing because of a shifting balance of power at one dominant position.
They were the quarterbacks of the 70s, and between them won 7 Super Bowls. Greasy, Stabler, and the Pittsburgh Steelers' incomparable Terry Bradshaw. He brought 4 trophies back to this town and renamed it the City of Champions. The AFC was the dominant conference in pro football, and everyone thought it was because of their great quarterbacks. But in the first season of the 80s, the names and faces are changing, and no one knows this any better than Pittsburgh's number 1.
I think that they're realizing what we realized a long time ago is that you can make a lot of things happen by throwing the football as well as running it.
Play action fake to Peacock, and Ferragamo going deep to Waddy. Jaworski fakes left and goes deep right for Scott Fitzke.
Split the running backs, everybody flooded out. Bartkowski goes up top, wants all of it. He's got Alfred Jenkins, and he's got a touchdown.
The new look in the NFC comes from quarterbacks like Atlanta's Steve Bartkowski. His 6th year in the league is best by far, and he has the Falcons in first to prove it.
He's certainly playing well this year, and he's got all the talent in the world. Boy, he can throw the ball.
So can Philadelphia's Ron Jaworski. And with that arm at the controls, the Eagles on the best record in the NFL.
They've got the makings of an outstanding football team, and I think Jaworski is absolutely the key to any kind of success that they're going to have now and in the future.
Out west, the future belongs to the Rams' Vince Ferragamo, trying to lead his team back to the Super Bowl.
He's emerged and has taken control, and if he doesn't get involved with the Los Angeles and Hollywood build-up and all the garbage that we've been reading about, he's become a big superstar.
And he's not the only one. New York has Phil Simms. Danny White is driving the Cowboys. Vince Evans of the Bears has the strongest arm in the Midwest. And Len Dickey is reviving the Pack is Back slogan. The conference rivalry is heating up.
When we play them, we want to beat them and want to beat them badly. So I would say the rivalry certainly exists.
And it is changing. The quarterbacks of the 70s are about to be replaced.
Irv, how about that young quarterback at Detroit?
Oh, Gary Daniels. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Sorry we missed him in that piece.
How long is Terry Bradshaw going to play? Rumors that he might retire within a season?
Forget about it. He told me he's going to play as long as he possibly can. He enjoys football, and as long as it's fun, he's going to play.
All right. Thank you, Irv. Let's send you back to the stadium now and the game you're enjoying on CBS.
And we're back once again at Texas Stadium, halftime, with the St. Louis Cardinals leading the Dallas Cowboys 21-17. I imagine in that Cardinal dressing room there's an interesting conversation going on, especially after what happened last week.
I think so. I think it's a psychology session saying, let's pretend the game's just starting. Let's go out there and pretend it's a beginning. Last week they were ahead 24-6 at the half, and of course the week before they lost a close one to Dallas in the closing seconds. They've got to forget about that. They've got to lead today, and down deep they've got to believe they can maintain the lead.
They've had such bad luck, though, against the Cowboys in the past. I guess you got to be a little hesitant, wondering if it's going to happen to you again. Are you going to lose it in the closing minutes again?
It's a factor, and Jim Hart mentioned it during the week. You got to have that hunger and that killer instinct, and some of the other St. Louis players have mentioned they've lost some close games this year, so they're in another close one today, and I'm sure they're thinking about what's happened in the past. You got to forget about it, or you're in trouble.
Cowboys simply have to shut down the big play if they're going to beat the Cardinals. The teams are back in the field. We'll be ready for the second half kickoff in just a moment.
Oh, Chester, a lady in my condition would like an automatic.
A bank account in our condition needs high gas mileage.
Introducing a car that'll fit you to a T. The 1981 Toyota Celica ST. It's the highest mileage 4-speed overdrive automatic you can buy, and the lowest priced.
This fits me.
And me. We to a T. Automatic savings.
As a member of Les Amis Devon and other famous wine societies, I've tasted thousands of wines, here and abroad. So people often ask me for my opinion about wine. You know what I recommend more than any other single wine? Chenin Blanc from the wine cellars of Ernest and Julio Gallo. It never disappoints me in taste. Believe me, the more you know about wine, the more you'll appreciate Gallo.
The more you know about wine, the more you appreciate Gallo.
Many different instruments, but without orchestration, it's just noise.
With orchestration playing together, it's beautiful music. It works the same way in your community. I'm Randy Hughes of the Dallas Cowboys, and I want to show you how the United Way works here in Dallas. These are some of the volunteers who are putting it all together at the United Way here in Dallas. They're just local people, just like you and me, from all walks of life. They work hard and without pay
to help decide where United Way funds should go. They make sure your United Way contributions get to the people who need them most, so that the smaller agencies get helped, as well as the larger, better-known causes.
It's how United Way works in every town in America, making beautiful music for the whole community. Thanks to them, United Way works here. And thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way.